that do always helps keep things leveled out. Got a lot going on. What are we going to be doing here, or what are we starting on? Well, the title will tell you. It's our Aerospace Race Brake deal for McNugget. Also, side note, that we will be converting the front of McNugget to 5-lug. When I bought the brakes, they were substantially cheaper than anyone else had, but Sam had was one set of 5-lug. So I have some 5-lug Space Saver spares, and these brakes, unless you have 1 inch shorter control arms, these brakes move the wheels out a little bit, so they look a little weird with traditional wheels and tires on them. But with Space Savers, because of the offset, they actually look normal. These brakes on normal link control arms with Space Savers looks normal. So we've got some 5-lug Space Savers. I was okay getting the 5-lug because I knew I wasn't going to have to go buy a bunch of wheels because I already had enough stuff that I could use up front that I'd be satisfied with. So what we'll do is we're going to borrow the Lincoln's front wheels to Skinnies to just drive around on, and we're going to use the Space Savers to race on. So we got some lighter weight tires, the ones that Michael had given us. So technically speaking, I want to say it'll be even lighter than what the drag lights are up front. So but we got to get the brakes all put together. We got our V8 spindles that were on crusty, and then we'll also be able to use our strange struts. So it'll be a little bit of work to get all that done. And we might do one other little thing while we're there working on that. I don't know. But we also got some other stuff going on before that happens. All right, we got to get this boxed up and shipped out to Don. This is what we traded. He offered his Hogan sheet metal upper for this Tubular GT40, and Don's gonna clean it up, say he's gonna get it chrome plated. Chrome don't get you home, but that's what he or get it polished or whatever, because that's what he wants to do, which is cool. But and Don will take care of it. This is how I met David. I met David buying this intake from him. I'm comfortable trading it to Don because Don's a lot like me in certain ways. Some things are sentimental, and I know he'll take care of it and he'll keep it, so it's going to a good home. And I got an intake that I really wanted, so it's just a great deal for everybody. Deals like this aren't about value, monetary value. They're about trading memories and trading things with people that mean something. And Don sent me that intake, and I consider Don a friend. And I met a good friend through an intake. It's just that serendipity thing. So anyway, this is going to Don. I got to get it kind of cleaned up a little bit and then boxed up. We'll get it out. We also have this is transmission that was originally in Pro Stock, more or less, that I loaned to Eric or gave to Eric or whatever to run, and he ended up breaking the input and the cluster. You can see the cluster, there we go, right there, and then the input was messed up. I did get a couple really nice new shop rags out of it, and he stripped the teeth off the input. So Eric was kind enough to buy some replacement parts, and I've almost got it put back together. I just got to basically put the tail shaft on and set the preload, and this one will be ready to go. Eric's got another T5 that we got to put a third gear synchronizer in, and it needs all the basic upgrades. And I'm just going to give him this one, and he'll give me the other one. We'll get it fixed up, and then we'll just have some spares floating around. He also, helper, he also brought this parts T5. He said parts T5, but doesn't have anything wrong. I haven't actually really looked at it, but it doesn't seem to be anything really wrong with it. We'll just kind of take it apart and look at it, probably do all the upgrades, clean it up, and put it back together. And it's really not about having, this is my transmission, this is your transmission. It's, you know, we just got some spares. If someone needs one, we'll try and get it in, you know, and it's kind of like it takes a village kind of a thing. So we'll get that done. And we got this awesome wheel bearing grease prep, or bearing wheel packing deal for wheel bearings. So this will we're going to do our Aerospace brakes. I am not into packing wheel bearings in your hand. That sucks. But this thing looks like it works fantastic. So we'll make good use of that. Anyway, a lot of talking, but that's kind of what's going on for the weekend. And we'll see you guys next clip. There we go. We got the intake. UPS brown struts. Got it headed up toward Dawn. I got an intake that I really wanted. Don got an intake he really wanted. It went to a good home, so I'm happy with that. Got our wheel bearing squisher, and then the transmission will finish up as well. But first things first is we're going to work on this, and guess that's it. It's hot outside too. So anyway, let's get to it. A lot of talking. We've got our spindles, just as simple. Now, I have the instructions from my old kit. You can find the instructions online if your kit doesn't come with instructions. The kit I got from Sam did not come with instructions, but he sells to race car people and he assumes they know what they're doing. But one of the things you have to do is you got to cut the old caliper mounts off, and it basically cuts off here, and it basically cuts off like here, because you have to drill and tap the old dust cover holes. That's what holds the bracket on. So this stuff has got to go. Plus, it's a weight savings. It's 100 degrees outside. That fool laying in the sun. Here's what we're talking about here. This will bolt in right here on the 3 dust cover. Now you can see this is made to fit a few different things, and then the caliper has to bolt in, and you have to have that part off, and it's also cutting this off. I would assume they obviously make brakes with much larger calipers, so it's basically this whole area that's got to be cleared. Now for us, ours are small, so we technically maybe could have got away with not cutting that off, but you know, why wouldn't you? I was looking for the piece, it fell off somewhere here. Where'd it go? Anyway, I would say that, oh, there we go. And it is a little bit warm. I know, right? Captain Obvious. So it would probably, I mean, I just kind of setting up there, but with the larger calipers from the other kits, it's just a universal thing. It's like, hey, we just make one set of instructions for everything. So these are our little babies. So our cars, the Aerospace brakes, obviously they have them for different weights and whatnot. Our cars are typically really light, so we can get away with the smallest kit. And there we go. So that's, we still got to drill out these dust cover holes and then tap them. And then this will bolt on. Excitement level, 1 to 10. We're on about a 12. We're drilling a hole. I kinged them for some tapped magic. Already drilled 2 of them. Tapping these is going to be a lot of fun too. All right, well, we got it all. We got one spindle completely done. We broke that cheap tap off, and that'd be a lesson word to the wise. I mean, I wasn't even, you know, getting on it either. It just broke. So, Yoda, I took it down and said, hey, you got some ideas on how to get this out? And I went down there when I got off work and he had it out. So I don't even know how he did it. He didn't even tell me. But we got it all. We got one spindle done. So now we got the other spindle to do. It's supposed to be raining all this week. So hope everybody had a good July 4th. We didn't do anything. So anyway, that's going to do it. We'll pick up in the next video. Probably more, not any me cutting or anything, because you saw that, and us kind of putting it on the car, I hope. Anyway, thanks for commenting, thanks for subscribing, thanks for all the ways you guys support the channel. Couldn't do it without you. Wouldn't want to, honestly. Especially, thanks for watching. And until next time on Substandard Leader Fox Body Videos, 1-year only Lincolns, 4 drag vans, and taking forever to get things done. And fighting the good fight against Dr. Fear. We'll see you guys in the next video.